Hello and welcome to the first segment of Kids Count in Mountainside for the 2006-2007 school year. My name is McKenna and it is my pleasure to start off the second year of Deerfield's Video Club presentations. We received a lot of positive feedback last year and will strive to not only live up to our reputation but set and reach new goals. Each month, Kids Count in Mountainside will bring you news about or created by the youth of our borough. During this program, we will bring you news from Beechwood and Deerfield, Student Council, the sports of the season, and important upcoming events. Future segments will report on grade level special projects, PTA information, and messages from Mountainside School District Central Office. We hope you will sit back, enjoy, and learn why we proudly say, Kids Count in Mountainside.
Student Council started the year with its annual magazine fundraiser. This year's top sellers and winners of cash prizes are, in third place, from Miss Cabas's 4th grade class, Thomas Keene. Thomas sold $440 worth of magazine subscriptions and collects a $50 prize. Next, in second place, from Miss Denault's 6th grade homeroom, Nico Courant, who sold an amazing $764 worth of magazines and is awarded a $100 prize. And this year's first place winner, from Miss Shanahan's 8th grade homeroom, Stephen Hart, who topped everybody by selling an awesome $825 worth of subscriptions, receives a $150 prize for his efforts. Student Council wishes to thank all who supported this fundraiser and wants Mountainside to know that they will continue to provide community service locally and nationally. Speaking of providing local service, look for the new illuminated bulletin board out on Wood Valley Road. Beechwood's beautiful new sign was purchased and donated by Student Council and will be an excellent source of information for that school.
Fall sports are well underway. Mr. McCarrick, our boys soccer coach, says that the Deerfield boys soccer team has been working extremely hard to improve upon its 4-4-1 record. The team is led by 8th grade forward Linton Benitez, midfielders Danny Morgan, BJ Giannone, and Kyle Morris, a 7th grader. Defensive fullbacks Chris O'Sullivan, Matt LaBelle, Eric White, and Sal Basile. Also playing key roles for the Indians are Reese Arpino, Ryan Quinn, Mark Montesano, and Nikki Humans, as well as many other players. The first week of October proved to be very successful as the team went undefeated in all 3 games scheduled. They are hoping this streak continues until October 27th when their season officially ends. Until then, come out and support the team. Miss Alcori is coaching the girls' tennis team for the 3rd year. She tells us that her team of 7 young ladies from Deerfield's 6th through 8th grades share the following fine qualities: loyalty, good sportsmanship, and dedication. The team practices 4 days a week from 3:15 to 4:30 or 4:45, working hard to prove themselves successful in what seems to be a highly competitive schedule. This year, the team will face off against Solomon Schechter, Plainfield, and Kent Place. Miss Alcori admits the girls have found the schedule to be a challenging one, but as the season has advanced, their improvement is quite evident.
Each year, Deerfield produces a musical to delight the young and old alike. This year's show is the wonderfully entertaining Oklahoma. Sean Hayner, a member of the cast as well as one of our 4 Kids Count reporters, is here to tell us all about the Deerfield actors and roles that they play.
Broadway will be coming to our fair town once again this year when Miss Marafi, Miss Murad, and their talented crew put on their production of Oklahoma. When asked for some backstage news, Miss Marafi gladly told us that we are in for a real treat. Diane Gelati plays the role of Lori Williams, and Jonah Butler the role of Curly McLean, the cowboy who falls in love with her. Lillian Barretto is Aunt Eller Murphy, who owns a farm and watches out for Lori. Caitlin Williams plays Dream Lori in a wonderful dance scene which involves most of the cast attending a wedding. Judd Fry, the farmhand who wants to interfere with Curly and Lori's romance, is played by Anthony Apigo. Will Parker, a cowboy in love with Ado Annie, is played by Arthur Mezzo, and Ado Annie is played by Colleen Tedesco. The peddler and his charming girlfriend Gertie are played by Sean Hayner and Sarah Hoffman. Other lead roles are played by John Teodosio, Craig Thomas, Patrick Tedesco, Aaron Slapoy, Nirav Daria, McKenna Cutsup, Cassie Kinney, Isabel Perrin, Stephanie Schofield, Ayla Meyer, and Jackie Wells. Chorus members include Jenna Barbera, Nicole Mosier, Carrie Mosier, Dana Lee Candelino, Lauren Bruno, Nicole Splendoria, Jessica Longo, Becky Klein, and Brianne Black. Mark your calendars. Performances of Oklahoma will be presented Friday and Saturday evenings, November 17th and 18th, at the school gym. And there will be a special open dress rehearsal for senior citizens on Thursday evening, November 16th at 6:30 p.m. This performance is free to Mountainside seniors. Tickets for Friday and Saturday evenings, November 17th and 18th, will go on sale in mid-October. Don't miss this wonderful production.
This year, Beechwood is proud to welcome Miss Greenwald as a new kindergarten teacher and Miss Thompson as a kindergarten assistant. Mrs. Weiss has returned as a PE teacher. Deerfield gives a big shout out to Mrs. Sennett, returning this year as an instruction support teacher. We wish her much success on this career choice, but want her to know she will be missed in 7th grade. We welcome Miss Schwartz, 4th grade teacher, Miss Bucola, 7th grade language arts and literature teacher, and Mrs. Milligan's 8th grade science teacher, and Miss Savides, our supervisor of technology. The district special services department has 3 new faces as well. Welcome to Miss Beatty, Miss Stein, and Mrs. Rouse, who are all special education teachers. And that's not all. Our administrative staff has changed as well. We are happy to announce the addition of Mr. Thomas Conroy as Beechwood's Assistant Principal Curriculum Coordinator, and congratulate him and his wife on their recent birth of their first child. We look forward to a wonderful year together.
How are you doing, Miss Bucola?
I'm doing very well, Sean. You?
Pretty much. The same. It is very nice of you to spend some time with us today so that our viewers can learn a little bit about Deerfield's new 7th grade language arts literature teacher. Can we begin?
Sure.
Did you come to Deerfield straight out of college?
No, I didn't. This is actually my 2nd year of teaching. Last year I taught at Lazar Middle School in Montville, which is about 45 minutes north of here.
What grade did you teach?
I taught 6th grade language arts, which was a little bit different than here. In that school, students have 2 periods a day of language arts. One is language arts, one is literature. So I taught the language arts side, which was grammar and vocabulary and writing.
Is there a big difference between the 2 schools?
Absolutely. That school is much bigger than Deerfield. It's only grades 6, 7, and 8, yet there are over 1,000 students. It's 3 towns that actually go to the one middle school, so it's much bigger.
So it's like a regular middle school.
It is. It's a regular middle school. There's not really the small, close-knit feel that Deerfield has.
So how has life been for you around here since you arrived?
I've been having a lot of fun, meeting a lot of really great people, getting myself acclimated to the new environment. I finally feel like I've settled in and hit a groove, and so everything's been great.
We hear that you recently designed your own website. Would you like to tell us something about it?
I think having a website is a great tool for the students and the parents. It allows them to check on homework assignments and due dates at home. If someone's out sick or on vacation, they can check their assignments while they're away, which is, a benefit so that they can keep up if they're out. The process was much easier than I would have imagined. Ms. Savides had a tutorial for us, and really all in all it only took about, I would say, half an hour to set it up, and I think it's well worth the time spent.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Have you looked at it yet?
Yes, I actually have. I go on there a couple times a week just to see what the homework is, like on a Monday or a Sunday.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
The other news coming from your classroom is that you've started a newspaper club. Have you done something like this before?
Not as a teacher. When I was in high school, I was the student editor of my newspaper at my high school for 3 years. So I've seen it from that perspective, but it's the first time that I'm actually advising a club, like a newspaper.
About how many students would you say are involved?
First meeting, we had about 35 students come, but I would say now that we're about a month into it, we have about 25 students, which is a nice size group, a lot of people participating.
In what grades are they coming from?
We opened it up to 6th, 7th, and 8th, and what I found is that it's mostly 7th graders. We have one 6th grader and I think maybe 6 or 8 8th graders. So it's really just the middle school grades.
Will it be a monthly edition?
I think a monthly edition is a little too ambitious for us. It's an awful lot of work, so we're going to try to publish 4 times a year, once each marking period. Our first edition will hopefully, if everything goes right, will be out right before Thanksgiving.
Maybe you could have one of your reporters do an article on Kids Count Mountainside.
I would absolutely love that. I think that's a great idea, and for the second edition, we'll make sure we get somebody to come and talk to you guys. It's a great idea.
Well, it seems that our time is up. Thank you again, Ms. Bicola, for joining us, and we wish you success with everything that you're doing here at Deerfield Middle School.
Thanks, Sean.
When the children come over to Deerfield from Beechwood, they have no problem adjusting to life with the big kids, because each 3rd grade teacher does such a magnificent job making them feel comfortable and creating a curriculum that grabs their interest and holds it for the entire year. This year, the students in Miss Bear's class are very fortunate. Not only do they have one great teacher, they have 2. Miss Caitlin McCurley has been assigned here to do her student teaching, so we decided it would be fun to talk to both of these educators together.
Welcome to Kids Count Mountainside. Miss Bear, let's start with you. How long have you been teaching here?
I've been teaching 3rd grade, and this is my 4th year here at Deerfield School.
Was Deerfield your first teaching job?
No, actually, I taught preschool before coming here.
Well, then I guess it's not too hard for you to remember your student teaching, and that makes it easier for you to give the maximum help to Miss McCurley. Do you agree?
I do. It was only a few years ago that I was sitting in her position.
Do you have 2 similar teaching styles?
I think to an extent we teach in a similar fashion where we try to reach all learners and use different techniques, visual, kinesthetic, auditory learners. So I think in that sense we both differentiate.
What is the most valuable teaching secret you shared with Miss McCurley?
I'd have to say organization. Without that, you couldn't teach. And just keeping records of your students and staying on top of that. So organization is something we've talked a lot about this year.
Thanks. Now, Miss McCurley, which college are you attending?
I'm a senior at Seton Hall.
Has Seton Hall and your experiences there helped you prepare for this student teaching experience?
Yes, I've been doing placements in schools since I was a sophomore, so I've been working with kids and in classrooms and teaching lessons for a while now.
What do you like about Deerfield School?
I love the faculty and staff. Everyone here is so nice and so welcoming. They've helped me out a lot.
Have you always thought you wanted to be a 3rd grade teacher? Has this experience changed your mind?
I have been running summer camp with 8 and 9-year-olds, which is basically 3rd graders, so I've always loved 3rd grade, and this has definitely made me love it even more.
That's good. What have you found to be the best thing about teaching so far?
The kids are amazing. They have great ways of thinking and figuring things out. It's really cool to see how they work everything out.
Do you get to stay the whole year, or at least until the end of 2006?
Actually, I'm leaving December 15th, which is the end of my school semester at Seton Hall, so I'll be leaving before the end of 2006.
We wish you the best of luck in the last semester of college and hope you have fond memories of our school and town to take with you. Miss Bear, we can't say goodbye without mentioning your upcoming wedding. When is the big day?
November 18th of this year.
Will you have a new name when you come back?
Yes, it'll be Sonamo, and it actually starts with a C, not an S. It sounds like it would be an S.
Okay. Well, best wishes for a wonderful wedding day and a terrific marriage to follow. Thank you both for so much working with us today. I'm sure everyone watching adds to our wishes for both of your happiness.
October brings one of children's favorite holidays, Halloween. Parents, we would like to share some important trick-or-treat safety tips that will protect all your ghosts and goblins this year. First and foremost, children should always be accompanied by an adult, whether it's in the daylight or evening. In our troubled times, this has never been more necessary. Next, be sure that your child's costume is flame resistant. The outfit should say this right on the tag. Make sure all costumes fit well. Try to make them snug to prevent from tripping. Avoid outfits with big, baggy sleeves or long skirts. Buy or make costumes with light-colored fabrics so drivers can see the children as they travel from house to house. Also, include a flashlight with the costume. It will make it much easier for everyone to see where he or she is going and to be seen by others. Makeup is much safer than a mask, which can cover the eyes and block vision. When using makeup, be sure it's non-toxic and safe to use around the eyes. Be careful when crossing the street. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the number of pedestrian deaths among children 5 to 14 is roughly 4 times higher on Halloween night rather than any other night in the year. Enjoy the holiday, but please be careful out there.
Well, that's it for our first segment. We hope you enjoyed our show and are left with lots of good information and have been shown that kids count in Mountainside.